Halloween in August. Netflix has just released The Day Shift. It's more of an action horror comedy that tells the story of a hard-working, down-on-his-luck dad trying to provide for his daughter as a pool cleaner deep inside of the San Fernando Valley. Nothing is as it seems, however, when we learn Dad's pool job. Yeah, it's just a front for hunting and killing vampires. Today, we give our honest thoughts on The Day Shift and decide if it's worthy enough to add to your queue or if vampires aren't the only thing sucking about this movie. Welcome to Films with Ferrell. Enjoy the show. Subscribe now and stay up to date on all things Films with Ferrell. The Day Shift, just released on August 12th. It's a rated R, no surprise there, with a runtime of about 1 hour and 53 minutes. Some big names attached to this project as well. You have Snoop Dogg, Franco, and Jamie Foxx. Now, on paper, when this was announced, it seemed like it was a pretty interesting concept with a pretty solid cast behind it. So I was very curious to see how this would actually translate into film. Now, to be honest with you, I actually forgot this movie released. Scrolling through Netflix a couple days ago, and to my surprise, it had just popped on there. So I figured, what the hell? Let's watch the trailer, kind of see what we're getting into. To be honest with you, the trailer didn't really paint this movie in the most flattering light to what I thought it would be. Really wasn't the most, hey, watch this right now type of excitement I was looking for. But nonetheless, a couple days later, came back to it, ended up watching it. And to be honest with you, I have some mixed emotions about this movie. I thought the general story, like the nuts and bolts of it all, was pretty good, right? It's a very interesting concept. We don't dive too deep into the backstories, really go anything really below the surface whatsoever, but nonetheless, pretty decent movie. Was expecting more of a zombie land, but with vampires. I thought the action sequences were pretty good. There's this one scene that really sticks out in particular. Jamie Foxx is involved in a high-speed chase with his daughter in the passenger seat playing a game on her iPad. Now, the car chase and the iPad game almost seem to mimic each other. I thought that was pretty cool, as well as some of the battle sequences, fighting off the vampires. Thought that was good as well. Fox and Snoop Dogg, thought that was pretty good casting. Was kind of curious about that going into there, but really enjoyed their performances in this movie as well. This movie missed more than it actually hit, especially on a lot of the comedy elements they were trying to achieve. The dialogue was pretty god-awful. Now, don't get me wrong, there will be some laughs throughout this movie, right? But most of the comedy punchlines and things like that totally fell flat on their face, and it was almost cringeworthy. Outside of the performances of Snoop, Jamie Foxx, and Franco, really the supporting cast failed. It just wasn't there for me whatsoever. I found myself continuing to hit the pause button just to take little breaks in between. Overall, if you find yourself bored at night and the mood strikes you for some action vampire killing buddy comedy, this might be the show for you. Other than that, I would put this well down on your queue if you're looking to watch this whatsoever. I'm torn. It wasn't extremely awful. Like I said, I like Jamie Foxx, Snoop, Franco. It had some funny elements to it, but it's not something that you need to just drop what you're doing, head on over to the living room, throw this thing on, and just enjoy it. I give this movie a 5 out of 10. Just did not do it for me, especially if you're going to say you're a comedy. It was not a strong comedy whatsoever. I'm just hoping, honestly, the sequels that you kind of already expect to come from this movie are much better than the original. Would love to hear from you guys in the comment section if you've seen this already. What were your thoughts towards it? Did you like it? Were you expecting something totally different? Are you excited for the sequels? I know they kind of dropped a lot of hints throughout that movie that there would be potential sequels to come. See how this goes, but how Netflix operates, I'm sure there'll be at least 2. Thanks for stopping by, folks. Until next time.